I have to send out way more food than I could possibly use. Inside of here, we've got all sorts of little fun goodies. All this stuff, I'm gonna guess there's probably 1,700 pounds worth of stuff here. All right, so we just about got all the food drop bags ready to go. I think the last thing we have to do is tie them up and put the little rope handles on them, making them a little easier to pull around in the checkpoint. Each checkpoint is going to have a varying number of bags. Some of them will have 1, 2, 3 bags. I do have a system where my bag number 1 is the bag that I grab first and can make up that initial meal for the dogs as soon as we get into the checkpoint. Then I'll grab my bag number 2, and that one's going to be maybe some final snacks for the dogs, some extra stuff, maybe if I'm going to change plastic, things I can do once the dogs are sleeping. Bag 2 also has the snacks for the following run. A bag number 3 is going to be if I'm going to camp before I reach the next checkpoint or something like that, where it's just extra stuff. I have to send out way more food than I could possibly use because, especially on this new trail, we don't have a solid schedule. We don't know what's going to come up, what's going to change. So I need to be able to take my 24-hour mandatory layover in a number of different possible locations. A normal year, I could be pretty accurate. I'm either going to take it here or here. This year, there's many places I could want to take it. Inside of here, we've got all sorts of little fun goodies. I don't want to unpack a whole bag. Pizza. You know, I do all my human food silo-milled like this. After I've made the dogs' food by melting the snow and getting the boiling water and adding that to their frozen meat and such, I'll leave a little bit of water in that pot, or I'll put some new snow in the pot so it melts down. I'll only need 3 or 4 inches of water for this to kind of float in and thaw. Because it's super thin, it thaws really quickly, and good greasy pizza still tastes pretty much the same once it's been frozen and put in a pot of boiling water and still edible. We got the packages of booties. We got a couple different sizes in here. We got a few extra larges. I don't have many dogs that need the extra large booties. Mostly larges and a couple mediums for our smaller guys like North and West and Mustang. They wear I guess they're medium booties. I don't have anybody who wears a true small. Some of the meat snacks we took a look at the other day. We've got sliced up chicken skins and whatnot. It just gets into lots of random little packages of vitamins and things for the dogs. I'm gonna have extra random weird stuff out there. Something that I pretty much never use is a clean set of clothes, or I should say base layers. But I do send out like new poly base layer to a place that I might take my 24. That's probably the only place that would actually take the time to put on a clean poly shirt. Especially if it's a warmer race and you're sweating a lot, or it's deep snow and you're running a lot and just sweating. All this stuff, I'm gonna guess there's probably 1,700 pounds worth of stuff here. We send all this stuff out there, and in a pinch, you can do this on much less than what we actually have. You know, worst case scenario, I could run the whole race on 1 set of runner plastic. I've got tons of plastic sorted in here, so I might not have the right color in the right place, but at the end of the day, you can't worry about stuff like that. I guess the other saving grace is when you have a bunch of mushers out there, there's going to be some swapping and sharing, and if you end up somewhere and you don't have something you need, it's incredibly rare that the musher next to you wouldn't happily just say, here, I got 2 of them, take mine. So that is kind of the saving grace on all this, but I do try to be pretty particular about how I have it packaged, where everything goes, and have it in a somewhat consistent form so that when I get into the checkpoint, I know what to expect in each of these bags, and I'm not wasting time digging through the 200 pounds of stuff that I sent to Iditarod to try to find the one thing I'm looking for. So not only did we have to do all these for my team, the race team, but behind us over here, we have a whole nother lineup. These are all of Sean's bags. And he's gonna be out there, hopefully, hopefully longer than I am, but we're sending quite a bit less food because with a B team or a puppy team type schedule, you're not trying to maximize every edge. You're not trying to really push and say, okay, I can go 1 checkpoint farther before I take my mandatory 8. For a puppy team, you can kind of, or a JV team, you can kind of pre-schedule that route a little bit better. You can be more accurate with what you send out, and you need to send out less extra stuff because he's already planning to camp pretty much everywhere. So I think we just about have it done. Next process is tie these bags up. Like I said, I like putting a rope kind of loop on it so when I'm out there with my mittens or gloves, it's easy for me to hook an arm in that bag and drag it through the snow and not try to actually hold on to the slippery snow-covered bag with my bare hand. Gotta put those on, and then tomorrow we take them down and drop them off, and we all take a big, deep sigh of relief to have food drops done. And then we have numerous little mini panic attacks as we think about, wait, did I forget to put that in? But as long as we got booties, dog food, and human food, we're pretty much set. The rest of it's optional.